like button, that subscribe button. Man, I'm just checking in. I hope I have the microphone on. Uh, yes. So, I'll be having to check this. Let's get this thing started. It's some food stamp fraud. I'm trying to just bring a light version of that, but mainly this is about the immigrant, the immigrants are people that's here legally, legal immigrants that's committing attention to some fraud details. So let's get over here and really check it out. And I may run across some bugs. But first of all, let's just look at some of these highlights of what I found so far. And these highlights is this right here. So let's get something started. All right, let's start off with the biggest one.
The biggest food stamp fraud in U.S. history wasn't pulled off by hackers. It was done by the person who was paid to stop it. Meet Arlasa Davis, a USDA insider whose job it was to detect SNAP fraud.
What?
Instead of shutting the scams down, she sold the system from the inside. Starting in 2019, Davis worked with a fraud ring that wanted one thing: real EBT license numbers, essentially the digital key that lets stores accept EBT. And using those stolen numbers, fake grocery stores, smoke shops, vape shops, the ring set up about 160 illegal EBT terminals.
Wow.
The total damage? $66 million of taxpayer money stolen for a program that is meant to feed hungry families. She was sentenced to 2 years in federal prison and $36 million in restitution.
Wow. So that's one. Ain't this something? That's a whole lot of hell of a do something, get slapped on the wrist, and then we got this next one that's jumping off. Ain't this one is gonna really get y'all. Let me hurry up and do this right here. This one right here. Right? Do I go right there? No, right there where it got the arrow that's up. You backspace. I go in like this. Already in there like this. And it's this one right. Wow, man. See? I hate when stuff moves. Well, I think there's some stuff moved. Oh, do it like that. Wow, I got it. Here we go. There you go.
The next day, I immediately called the food stamp office and tried to get a hold of whatever investigators were over my case. And I got a hold of them, and they were expecting my call, and they knew who I was, and they told me that I could be facing prison time. They told me what.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, a lot of the people that have been getting busted for food stamp fraud have been talking about just losing their food stamps or being forced to repay what food stamps they were given in benefits as a result of fraudulently claiming assistance.
The next day, I immediately called the food stamp office and tried to get a hold of whatever investigators were over my case. And I got a hold of them, and they were expecting my call, and they knew who I was, and they told me that I could be facing prison time.
See? And that's how things been going down. Well, that's one of them. Now we're finna get to the meat of what all of this I've been talking about is really about. Because something's going on with my computer.
Okay, you're all set.
The next day, I immediately...
Because I'm not up with the antivirus I had at first. So I'm going to have to switch to something. Or learn how to set this up. Because apparently what a lot of folks was talking about, our computers having self-run antivirus. I don't know if that's true. So welcome to the show. Hit that like button. Let's really get this thing cracking. Now we finna really be jumping off, and now I'm gonna show y'all the reason why we had that title, Minnesota Immigrants. And wait, and don't get it in your head that It's always one particular type of immigrants. I have immigrants that share my complexion also. So we finna get this thing on the ball and get it. It really, 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 and super cracking. So this is the one I want to talk about. Okay, let's look at this. Fair use, fair use.
From his $25 million venture capital firm's website, growing questions about the couple's wealth and possible connection to the welfare fraud.
Brown confirmed that the daycares in Shirley's video have active licenses with the state and continue receiving payments. The exception, the misspelled Quality Learning Center, which Brown says permanently closed last week. In a strange contradiction, however, our cameras this afternoon captured dozens of children being dropped off at that daycare.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all know that over the weekend, there was a huge blow up of the Nick Shirley, Minnesota videos where he visited different organizations there, daycare centers, medical centers, and found that it seems like there's nobody home. There's no actual business being conducted, even had the police called on him. But in the meantime, y'all, these businesses are receiving millions and millions of dollars of state funding from Minnesota. And now a strange contradiction. The Minnesota commissioner who oversees children, youth, and families says that the Quality Learning Center, which had misspelled learning on their placard there, the Quality Learning Center, she says that it had permanently closed. But at the same time,
You're talking about it permanently.
But at the same time, a man representing himself as the company's owner or an executive there comes out and says, no, we're open. So does the state even know what's going on? And also Ilhan Omar, your girl, she's under increased scrutiny. Y'all remember how we reported that her net worth had gone from like negative to over as much as $30 million in just a year? It increased like 3,500%.
Ooh, wait. Talking about being in the wrong line of business. A network skyrocketing like that is something else. So feel free to go over there and check out the Paralegal of Washington website. Their show. This is how it looks. It's right here. See, his show looks like this. The Paralegal.
Critics are also asking.
Watch, see? This is a website. So, wow. So let's get back to a little bit of this.
Critics are also asking.
Let's jump the gun and look at some more.
Well, for the first time tonight, the state is responding to a viral video alleging more fraud in Minnesota, this time daycare fraud. Since it was posted last week, the video has racked up millions of views, even catching the attention of the FBI director. Lou Raguse has the latest on the response from the state.
So this is Quality Learning Center.
A misspelled sign and an apparent lack of anyone inside a licensed child care center in
Wow. Do y'all see how the way that thing is spelled? It's spelled in that subliminal type of way. It don't even have to have the end, but when you see it, it's like, ooh. But on the books, I bet you that end isn't in there. Lyrics in it. It can mean anything. Go look it up. Put it in the chat if you found something more than me. Put it in the chat. Put it over there in my messages or something, or do a show and let me know. Hey, I did a show. Go over there and check it out. Let's get back to the show. Fair use, man.
Minneapolis. Just one stop conservative YouTuber Nick Shirley made in a video viewed over 100 million times on X in an effort to expose fraud among Somali-run childcare centers in Minnesota.
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here.
While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video.
Do y'all see that form? Child Care Center address, license number, and all of that is down there. See, I'm gonna let y'all get a look at it. So let's check out the rest.
There's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here.
While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video, we do take the concerns that the video raises about fraud very seriously.
Tiki Brown is the commissioner of the new Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families, which is responsible for paying federal child care assistance to daycares that file claims. She says inspectors went out today to double check that children, in fact, are present. The Federal Department of Homeland Security also was checking those businesses in Minneapolis today. State data Shirley used in his video show those daycares.
Oh, I mean, people are cleaning up, baby. Wow, see? But yet everybody keep a lot of eyes on friends and associates and individuals that I know that's doing the correct things. So, feel free to go over there and check out this video right here. And I mean, it's really popping. I'm telling you, it's this video right here, right there. They screwed up. So let's check out the next one, y'all, because man, this is just too much. Stop sharing that screen. So feel free to go over there and check that out. Now I'm gonna give a little bit more and let y'all see the rest. And in order to let y'all see the rest, we got to see if they're going to pass the test. And we're going over here to Kevin 24/7. Okay? He's finna break off something. See, fair use. We're going over here to Kevin X 24/7. All right? Hit that like button if you have came so far right here in the screen.
Destroy America. But with each new day and almost now by the minute, we go out, seek the truth, observe and report, gaining more traction, more reach, more impressions, more views.
Here that Katie's talking about.
A 19-year-old that goes by the username Big Balls.
So that would be one way that we could refer to him.
Young computer whizzes, the aforementioned Big Balls.
Because who among us doesn't feel better about big balls in charge of American air traffic control?
How? Man, those were fun times, weren't they? But just
did Nick Shirley uncover hundreds of millions in fraud. He destroyed the mainstream media in one afternoon in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota. And, the fake news is done. Don't believe a word they say. I've always said turn them off. Don't read their headlines. If they're saying something about someone, imagine it's the opposite, because they're just a bunch of lying individuals who have no care for this country. And thank God for Nick Shirley and the work he's doing. I hope he goes back to Minnesota and continues to dig around. I would be more than happy, and I think a lot of Americans would, to donate to his security, because he probably would need it in that state. And I'd be happy to donate money to purchase handcuffs to put some of these criminals in not just Minnesota, but California, Arizona, Georgia, all of these states, these people who have been perpetuating crimes and fraud upon the American people, in handcuffs and lock them up. We're tired of waiting.
Okay, so let's back it up. Let's back it up. Now I'm going to back it up. So I'm going to back it up so we can see the beginning of that speech. And here it is.
On his own.
Duh.
The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe, and they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it.
Here's how the fraud works. Members of the Somali community set up daycares and healthcare companies. Many were clustered together. 22 healthcare facilities listed in one building. These businesses received millions of dollars of Minnesota taxpayer money, but many appear to be fronts. The investigator visited over a dozen childcare centers. No children at any of them. One learning center misspelled learning on their sign. The FBI confirmed they're investigating fraud networks within this community. Federal prosecutors say the total fraud could be as high as 9 to 10 billion. And people are tiptoeing around it, but this fraud is being perpetrated by members of a specific group. Somalian immigrants. Now, Governor Walz says pointing this out is white supremacy.
Now, ironically, Governor Tim Walz, he insists that he worked for years to crack down on the fraud. And to think he was this close, Carrie, this close to becoming our vice president. You think any of this would have came out? Or if it had come out, it would have just been brushed under the rug if Kamala Harris and Tim Walz were in the Oval right now?
Can you imagine if this was President Trump's background?
So let's go. So that's what you just heard. Now,
Are you worried that using your home address for business puts your privacy at risk? At iPostal One, we can help. So you've started your own.
Maybe that's why Kalshi users give him a 69% chance of being.
This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy.
No, Governor. Pointing out fraud is principled. We're not criticizing you because of race. You're using race to escape criticism. Maybe that's why Kalshi users give him a 69% chance of being charged with a federal crime. Now, as someone whose parents immigrated from Africa, let me explain something. Humans are hardware. Culture is software. Our hardware is fundamentally the same. Our software is wildly different. America's software prioritizes universal principles, the nation state, and the rule of law. That's the Constitution. The software of developing countries often prioritizes tribe, heritage, customs. That's okay, but it's different. I've been to Ghana 3 times. My parents are from there, and I feel like an alien when I visit. Because same hardware, different software. In many places in Africa, if you get stopped by cops, bribes are expected. Governments are dysfunctional because they're run by people who value tribe over nation. And when I visit, I think, man, am I grateful to my parents. They didn't come here to take, they came to integrate. They didn't raise me to be African American. They raised me to be American. That's not the mindset of every immigrant.
معها قضية إلهام، معها قضية مينيسوتا، معها قضية غير مريكان، قضية إلهام وقضية صومالية.
These people choose their tribe over this nation. We should.
Wow. So that was deep. And did you hear what he said? And you saw who was in the background? Let's look at that one more time.
Be African American. They raised me to be American. That's not the mindset of every immigrant.
معها قضية إلهام.
Do y'all see?
معها قضية مينيسوتا، معها قضية غير مريكان.
See? Y'all see her? Smiling over there. Straight up smiling. Do y'all see? Do y'all see her? Okay. Wow.
These people choose their tribe over this nation. We should only admit immigrants running compatible software. People who don't just ask what America can do for them, but what they can do for America. That's
so. Hey, he dropped the mic there. So check it out. Hit that like button, and I'll be seeing y'all really soon. Man, I may not even make a thumbnail for this. Man, I'm going to take my time on making the thumbnail of this. I'm going to get ready and sit up for another show after I figure out how to get a bug up out of this computer. And until then, remember, recovery is the inside job, and this was what I call the blow the whistle, baby, show. Baby, and I'm out.